Well, thanks very much, David. Back here in the Comcast Sportsnet newsroom for a special edition of the Fantasy Flash. And why is it so special? Because oftentimes, as a fantasy owner, I wonder to myself, do Major League Baseball players actually take part in fantasy baseball? Do they draft themselves? Do they draft their own teammates? Do they have biases when they're playing these games? Well, earlier today, I had a chance to catch up with a man much closer to the action than any of us will ever be, Nationals catcher Brian Schneider. What is your association with fantasy sports?
We play fantasy football, and just it's the only sport I get into as far as fantasy-wise. But it's just good to hang out with the guys and be able to compete against each other.
Now, is it taboo for a baseball player to play fantasy baseball?
Yeah, that gets too close to the. I think it does to the rules with gambling and baseball and all that good stuff. And I don't worry about anything that's got to do with baseball. I don't only worry about it here at the field. I don't worry about it away from the field at all. Let
me give you a hypothetical here. Let's just say you were playing fantasy baseball. You're catching. You're playing against Matt Holliday. Do you call for a pitch up and in so he doesn't hurt your team that week?
No, man. See, that's what I'm talking about. That gets too involved. This is all that matters here at the team, and as long as we win. So that's why you don't mess around with any of that fantasy. Anything to do with baseball off the field, you don't mess with it, man. Everything's right here.
How do you do in football?
Do well, man. Do well. That's. I've done well the past couple of years, so it's like I say, it's good. It's not about it's not about money or anything like that. It's about beating your teammates and going head to head with that. It's fun. But anything to do with baseball, man, off the field, I don't mess with that stuff.
So clearly, Brian Schneider not thrilled with my line of questioning, but that's why they call me the Flash. He's not supposed to see it coming, baby. That's the whole point. Want to remind everybody out there to hit up my blog at thefantasyflash.blogspot.com, and of course to email me any of your fantasy questions, comments, concerns at thefantasyflash@gmail.com, and of course visit ComcastSportsnet.com for all your sports news for in and around the Mid-Atlantic. I'm Ariel Agami. Let's send it back to Craig, Bill, and my buddy David Lee in the studio.